Hi, Miguel. How are you?
I'm okay, and you?
I'm fine, thanks. And yourself? It's great to catch up with you. And I wanted to start off with it's been a while. So, what's been inspiring your music lately? Anything unexpected?
Yeah, there has been some stuff that's been unexpected. I can't lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly stuff that has been trending recently. Anime and the Korean industry and also pop culture has just like been making waves recently, and it's forcing a lot of artists to kind of try and continue with it, so
Mm-hmm.
they don't get left behind. But for me, I enjoy it. So I nowadays I kind of base my music on these, but I don't let it stray too far from what I am, because at the end of the day, I need to continue making music about everything that I'm going through the way I am. But there is definitely like a line that I keep between them. But I'd say that movies, anime, Korean songs, K-pop, pop culture in general, and my personal experiences, they'll definitely have a big impact on my music, especially at whatever time of year it is, what time of my life it is. It's just my music comes out relatively different on each side, and I like that because
Mm-hmm.
it gives that difference to everything, and it doesn't make me feel like I'm staying on a straight line. Like when I stay too still when it comes to my music, I get a little bit iffy. I don't exactly
Mm.
like that I have difference in it. So I love that there's so many different things that I can use. All these outlets that I can touch
Mm.
on. And of course there will be more outlets in the future. Like it's never gonna stop. So it's
Of
the
course.
best thing that I can use.
Can you walk us through your songwriting process? Do lyrics or melodies come first for you these days?
Honestly, melodies definitely come first. Uh it's never like my lyrics, it doesn't exactly just come to me. If I think of a melody, I have to hear, I either make the beat or I will have a producer send me one, right? And I will hum on the whole song. And if I catch a good tune or melody when I'm listening to it for the chorus or any of the verses, then I'll keep it in the back of my mind. And most of the time when I'm trying to think of a song, I'll have to lay down a name for it first. Because if I give it a name first, I
Mm-hmm.
can put that into the chorus. And then if I wanted to be sad, wanted to be happy, I have to think of a memory. It doesn't need to be anything relative to the song, but I can think of a memory that I've had that is sad. So it gets me into the mood to make a song that is in that mood. Or if I think of a memory that's happy. So I believe that's how it works for me. And I want to, whenever I'm writing my lyrics, I always like to convey my exact thoughts. Exactly what I'm thinking in the moment should be in that song. Because I don't exactly like uh, being fake when it comes to all my music
Mm.
that much. It's good to an extent, but at the same time, you should keep realism. And finding that hit factor is always worth it. So whenever I listen to my melodies, if it's catchy, then that's all I need.
Have there been any personal experiences recently that deeply influenced a song you've written?
Uh, Not exactly recently, but in the past, yes. Like around November and December time, right? There's definitely been like around my like okay, my, for example, my whole album,
Mm-hmm.
Colder Than Usual, that definitely had its perks because of stuff that was happening in my life. It influenced a lot of my biggest songs. Um, Another one I would say is definitely my song "Letting Go."
Mm-hmm.
The one was about one of my friends that recently passed away. Definitely
Okay.
had that had a bigger impact on me to make that song. So yeah, I would definitely say there is a big influence when it comes to your life experiences, and recently for me personally. But I don't have one specific song I can go off in the last like 2 months that I had
Hmm.
anything bad or too good happen to me that I can make a big song on. But that's fine. It's not always going to be that way, and
Yeah.
I'm still going to continue with it.
Okay. What's one song you've released that you feel is still misunderstood or maybe hasn't received the love it deserves?
Honestly, I would say it's this song. Couldn't be the first. That song that I made. And
Mm-hmm.
I ended up releasing this and taking it down within 3 days because of the way it was received.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't received bad. It more didn't get the attention it deserved, as you said. And
Mm-hmm.
it was mostly because the message of the song was seen as toxic when it came to like the song is about a relationship, but like you want to be the first person who ever been with this person. So yes, it can be the lyrics are toxic, but at the end of the day, it's not supposed to encourage toxic behavior. It's supposed to resonate with
Mm.
somebody, either to make it better or to help them deal with it. Um, but I definitely think that the song should have been better received, but because I made a music video for it. I made a music video for
Okay.
it. I released it. I definitely put the time and effort into it. And the song is not bad by any means. It's got
Mm.
a good hit factor. I'm not going to say it's my best work because, of course, there's always room for improvement.
Of course.
But it has some redeeming factors, like its catchy lyrics, its realism, and its relatability. So I think that it should definitely be re-released in the future. I just don't think that my audience at the moment is ready for it, and I think I
Mm-hmm.
made a mistake by releasing it so early and so bluntly. I should have at least given warning, done promotion or something for it first. That's on my side, but yeah, it definitely could have went better. And I like the song personally, and I love it, but it did not catch the YouTube algorithm, Spotify. That's just up to the internet, and I can't do anything about it.
Of course. All right. How do you stay grounded and creative in an industry that's constantly changing?
Honestly, for me personally, it's definitely to never compare yourself to people. When you look online and you see everybody else, it makes you really want to quit.
Mm.
You say, "Whoa, he's doing this at this age. What am I going to be doing at that age? Is that am I is that the end? Can I not get there?"
Mm.
But that depends. So whenever I look at other people, I decide to like tell myself, "Nope, that's their life. This is yours. Go at your own pace." And I feel the best way to do that is just not looking at it at all, not looking at other people. When you compare yourself, it's not fun. You know, your mental state will go bad. But if you focus on the real world, your music, I don't exactly know the term for it, but I know that I'm just gonna call it realism. But when you are grounded, out like in the real world, your music becomes more real. Like
Yeah.
people really understand what you're saying when it's not something that's conveyed from an online perspective. Because yes, it's more relatable to be online nowadays, but
Mm-hmm.
there's no point in making every song conveyed from your emotions that have only been online. If it's from the real world, then it's understandable. People love it more. Um, another way that I keep myself creative in this industry, because it is, as you said, it is forever changing,
Mm.
and it's hard to keep up. Um, I keep up with trends, but not in the way that everyone else does. Whenever I see a trend, I try and push myself, even if it's not relating to music. I'll try and sneak my way in with music. And I don't know. I feel like that's what people know me from, just me like sneaking into trends. But it's it's my way of keeping up with it because staying too much on the old side of creativity, you can never get there. You can never get anywhere. You have to be, I guess, adventurous with everything you do to be able to continue. But yeah,
Okay. Have you collaborated with any new artists or producers recently? If so, what was that experience like?
yeah, definitely. I've collaborated with actually two people recently.
Mm-hmm.
Their names, both of them are artists, but one of them is also a producer. The artist and producer is Socks. He goes by the name of Socks, and I ended up coming to his house, and he's been a friend of mine for a long time, but this is the first time we made a song like together in the same room.
Mhm.
Um, and the song, when I'm with people, right, my head just goes clear when it comes to music. When there's so many people giving you ideas, it's like a hot
Mhm.
pot. You throw everything in. It doesn't mean it's going to be bad. It's honestly, it makes the song better in every single way. Just everybody coming together, adding a little piece of information from them, all their experiences, they give it in, and I love that because you never really know how it's gonna end up. It's such a mystery. You start off with one song and you come out with a different one. You can come in making one, and then you come in with a whole different vibe. I love it. It's fun to me. And with Socks, it's always like that. It is always like that. He's an amazing musician and artist and producer. And yeah, another artist I also worked with. He is a recent artist, but his name is Smilesy. He is from Chatsworth as well. So is Socks. But they Smilesy, he hasn't made music like oh so much before. But with me, his one of the song that he made with me is one of his first, and it was really good. It was really good. And as I said, it's just that hot pot method, just throwing everything in. And I don't know, when I find the right people to make a song with, it's always perfect. It'll never turn out bad for me.
Cool.
So yeah,
All right. Is there a dream venue or city you've always wanted to perform in but haven't yet?
honestly, I think okay. I think it would definitely be Tokyo or Shibuya. Tokyo and Shibuya. There's a one stadium in Tokyo. I forgot what it was, but a lot of artists when they're doing world tours, they'll always go there. Whenever I watch the live streams of the performances in Tokyo and Shibuya, it gives you chills. It gives you chills because people who don't even know your language, people who only know you of your name, but listen to your lyrics and know the lyrics in English, even though that's not their language, and they're singing it with all their heart. That sounds amazing to me. Like your music transcended the bounds of language. How how does one do that? So I can't. I personally would love to do that. And of course, there's another place I would love to perform, and that's FMB Stadium in Joburg, because
Okay.
it's my home country. I would love to perform here in the biggest stadium here. I can't not,
Of course.
especially because we've had other artists perform in those big stadiums before, and I would love to be like one of the people that have been there to do it. But yeah, definitely, I would love to perform in South Africa.
How has your perspective on success evolved since your first release to now?
Okay, this is an interesting one because to me, everything in music just seemed easy. Because whenever you look at other artists on the internet, there'll be a very small selection that'll tell you about their struggles, but they will never say it was hard starting out. They will always say, I just picked up the microphone and did it. That's not how it works. It seems so easy, but,
Mhm.
and it will, I guess, if you want to do it for fun eventually,
Mhm.
and if you're still doing it for fun, you can still do it for fun. But if you're doing it for fun in the beginning, it's going to seem like the easiest thing in the world for like the
Mhm.
first few years. And my creativity was out of this world. So that's something I struggled with. A lot of my creativity that I used on songs were used on songs that are not that good from when I first started. If I had the knowledge I had now from when I first started and the creativity, I tell you, the songs I would have made, the place I would have been. But we can't dwell on the past. But I realized at that time that I could be doing so much better that I have been limiting myself, I guess, with the way that I've been making my music. I haven't learned how to do it properly. I've just been doing it to do it. But then I realized I could probably make a career out of this or continue to do it and I guess, form something from this instead of it just being a hobby. And that's when I started taking it seriously. I started learning how to promote on social media. I started learning how to become a producer. That I'm still not good at, but I'm learning. That's the best point. Um, and I started learning how to sing properly and record vocals. I even had to learn like how to write lyrics better because I didn't know how to write lyrics properly. I always used to hum and then write lyrics, but the lyrics would never be meaningful at that time. It would just be some random words fudged together that sounded good, which is a lot of people have done that when they first started. Or they'll write a poem and try and sing that. But for me, it was just very difficult writing lyrics at the time. But eventually I got used to it, and I had that determination to continue going. Even though it was harder, I had more determination than the beginning because I realized that since I'm working for this, I can actually get there. And definitely in the beginning, I sought after everything. I saw music and having a music career as the easiest thing in the world because I saw TikTok and Instagram how everyone was so easy to blow up and become famous. But when you're actually in it, you have to be committed. You really have to be committed. If you're not committed, you're not going to get anywhere.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's the way I see it. And I don't think it'll ever change that. So I'm not afraid to face it head on. And I'm going to continue doing
Outside of music, what's something fans should would be surprised to learn about you lately?
that. One of the big things is last year I used to run a literature club in school. That's something I don't think anyone would guess about me.
Mhm.
Uh, I also did karate for quite a bit of years in high school. Well, I'm still in high school, but quite a bit of years through my high school life. I got to like yellow belts, but yeah. Also, once upon a time, I had a clothing brand. It failed miserably. It was with my friend, but I did have a clothing brand at one point. That's that's very I guess it was called Voidage. That I could
Okay.
say much. It was called um oh, it's another one. I used to be a voice actor.
Okay.
Um, so I used to be able to get hired on Fiverr and Upwork for voice acting work. So people would make animations and then they would call me up and pay me, and I would do voice acting for one of their characters. I had a big portfolio in the past, but most of the projects that I was on while I was a voice actor, which was around 4 or 5 years ago, don't even exist anymore because all of these were small projects that they just wanted a test run. But yeah, I was a voice actor for a small period of my life, around 2 or 3 years. But
Hmm.
yeah, another big thing. This is a big one. I was a YouTuber. Like I used to make gaming
Okay.
videos on YouTube for about 6 years. And yeah, that was when it hit the 6 year mark, that's when I started making music. So altogether it's probably been around 11 or so years now altogether of me being on YouTube, which is insane. Uh but yeah, I used to make a lot of gaming videos, specifically on like games like Minecraft and stuff. But yeah, I always did have that knack for music though. Even back then in my gaming videos, you would hear me like making. I used to make these small songs for my videos at the end because I didn't want to get copyright. So yeah, another thing is I skateboard a lot, like way too much, way too much. It's like unhealthy. Wherever I go, I'll grab my skateboard and go. It's peaceful. It is very peaceful. Before I want to record a song, sometimes I go skating with my friends. It's the best way to clear your mind. And yeah, I don't think anybody would guess that from me. Like all of this, I don't think anybody would guess that from me at all. I don't exactly look like the outdoorsy type of person, the person who would do much. I look like the type of person who would probably, I don't know, like just only make music. But
Hmm.
yeah, I there's a lot more to Miguel Winters than meets the eye.
Okay. Before I ask you my final question, do you mind if I ask you a question from the comments here?
Yeah,
Sure. All right. Actually, there are two of them. First of them, I'll give you the first one here. The first one is from Resh Chetan. Hi, Miguel. All the best in your future endeavors. And then the second one is, okay, let me just open the second one. Is this one here, which is, did you ever try doing voiceovers for international television and movies like animation, etc.?
Ooh, I would love doing that. I would genuinely love doing that. That seems amazing. But of course, it's not the easiest to just get there. I'm trying. I
Hmm.
would do it. I would definitely do it if I had the opportunity. But as you heard before, I did voice acting for years, so I can do it.
Oh,
Maybe you heard it in my voice when I was speaking it, but yeah, that's how I would love to do it. I would love to do it.
okay. My final question to you is, what message or feeling do you hope people will walk away with after hearing your next project?
See, my next project is kind of sad. I have to admit, a lot of my persona is very sad, but like for music wise, because I like conveying.
Okay.
That's my favorite emotion. When it comes to music, it conveys a lot. But for this next, I guess, album,
Mm-hmm.
I want them to leave it having a somber-ish feeling. Not too sad, but also not too happy, but a lot of
Mm.
acceptance with it. So I don't want them to come out of it thinking that it's going to feed their delusions of everything that's like not going well in life. I want them to come out of listening to my project as in thinking, oh, somebody else has gone through it. We can continue. Now when you hear music that is relating to your situation, you'll always feel better. I don't know if that's just me, but I feel like it's for everybody. You'll hear music about your situation, it always makes you feel better that you're not alone with it. With anything. So yeah, I definitely want people to come out of my next project definitely feeling better than they were before they listened to it.
All I gotta say, thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much for having me.
You're most welcome. Take care.